already heard about it. Great jealous limits, y'all. So feel the next cause sometimes pick up your phone and call. So real, talking about that's a new metaphysical. It's so deep, you gon' need a rap to make sure you stay afloat. So baby, don't you change that stage. We all these secrets in the making. And no matter what you're doing, just save me. You can get back to it later. Later, later. And we can get some of this flavor. Flavor. Cause real recognize real. Real recognize real. Real recognize real. Real recognize real. Hey, yo, Shaw. Hey, listen, I told them one night. I appreciate that, man. That was real. Hey, real recognize real is a G-Law. Always be yourself, never be a fraud. Life is up and down, call it seesaw. Stay woke, triple R, ringing the alarm. French on the internet, in the better. Rip from pure chocolate, in the vanilla. Caught up in the rain under your umbrella. Always rock the house from the roof to the cellar. That's why I gotta tune in. When you're on camera, I hope they zoom in. So many shows, really let the fools in. I'm around thinking victims, if you can move in. Cause real recognize real. Always turned up, so lay back and just chill. Ain't thinking about drama, ain't thinking about bills. A natural high, no pills. Just shit, baby. Real recognize real. Real recognize real. Real recognize real. Real recognize real.
Hey. Woo!
Recognize real.
Recognize real. What?
Yes.
What's up, y'all? Welcome to the Real Recognize Real Talk radio show. I'm your girl, Franchella, the host.
And I am Lynette, the co-host. Hey.
Hey. What's up, girlfriend? So before we bring up our first guest, who I see sitting in the green room, let's get into a little bit of hood news.
So first, I want to send the condolences to all of the people that we've lost this month alone. PNB Rock, David Arnold, comedian David Arnold, Queen Elizabeth, Bernard Shaw, the CNN anchor. So, condolences to the family, the fans, the friends, to everybody that we lost this month alone.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Every day's not promised, so
no, it is not.
You gotta love on the ones who love on you.
That's right.
And live.
Don't wait to live. Yes.
Don't
live
wait every day as if it's your last. Period.
I totally agree. We also want to say congratulations on a brighter note to the Emmy winners from last night's Emmy show. Shout out to Quinta Brunson and Shirley Ralph. Philly's own. Yes. For picking up that Emmy win. It was a long time coming for Shirley Ralph, but she finally got her just doing what she so rightfully deserves. So congratulations to all of the Emmy winners.
So wait, I just found out her name is escaping me from 227.
Jackie Harry.
Yes. Jackie. So Cheryl, she was supposed to play Jackie's part on 227. And Jackie got the same Emmy
35 years ago.
Yes, exactly. 35 years ago. And for the 227, which Cheryl was supposed to play. Yeah. And now look how it just like circles back around.
Exactly. It's a God thing. A good thing and a God thing.
All day. All day.
So we also want to say we're rocking Porterhouse. Portertown. I want to say Porterhouse so bad. We're rocking Porterstown, which is Porters.
I gotta stand up. Can y'all see? Oh yeah, there you go. Portertown. Yes.
Support Ace Porter, y'all. He has an apparel line. He also is a music music artists or hip hop artists out of New York City. So shout out to Ace. Thank you so much for our t-shirts and our masks. So thank you.
I'm rocking it. We rocking it.
That's right. Hopefully you can pop on a little later and give yourself a little shout out as well. So thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you. Okay, so we'll get into some more hood news a little later, but let's bring up our first guest. We have Keith. Hey Keith, how are you?
Hey,
how y'all doing? How y'all doing? Hey, I like y'all energy, loving y'all energy.
Thank you.
That's what we do. Gotta give that energy, keep it going,
I like y'all platform too.
Oh, appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you for being a guest on Real Recognize Real. Go ahead, I'm sorry.
No, absolutely. So go ahead.
Real talk with real people. So and I love to talk. If you watch the show, So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you a proper introduction.
Yes.
So Keith Mungin was born and raised in South Philadelphia. He was raised by his single mother who raised 8 children. Keith is the founder and president of the nonprofit organization, the House of Reconciliation, the president of the investment group, which empowers our communities, and the Point Breeze Business District Alliance, as well as the president and founder of Ulaho Inc., a minority-owned certified construction company. So all of y'all out there always be looking for somebody to fix something, contact Ulaho Inc. For that purpose. So, excuse me. Keith, as a way to give back to the community and in his own way, and to give back to God, because he actually felt like he owed God something, this is what sparked his interest in starting his own business and being a community activist. And this is when he established the House of Reconciliation, which was established to change the structure of dysfunctional families within the courts, the homes, with the focus of helping parents communicate with their children in a much better way and promote positive change, which is what we need, especially in today's times. Absolutely. Through his struggles with peer pressure, society, and climbing up the ladder of success, he's become an outstanding media personality and consumer behavioral health advocate in regards to the fatherhood initiatives that he practices, positive youth development, sustainability in the community, and family enrichment. So welcome to the Real Recognize Real Talk radio show, Keith Mungin. A pleasure to have you on our show.
You talking about me?
That's all you. That's all you.
Listen, we make you sound good. You make yourself look good, but we make anybody sound real good. Everybody say that. They be like, wait a second, I do all that?
Hearing it is one thing. Hearing somebody else give you the accolades is another. So
I pat my own self on the back, all that good stuff.
Yes, as you should. So tell us a little bit about what inspired you to become a community activist.
Well, let me see where I could begin. I think it was my children.
Okay.
My daughters. I have girls. So what happened was I had got into a situation in life, right? When I was about 17 to 18, I got accused of something I didn't do. Well, our testimony is where that testimony is where it's all about.
Absolutely.
So anyway, I got in trouble, and my daughters was like 3 and 4, and I thought I was done, and I prayed on it, and God delivered me. So he brought me through that struggle. Amen. So that was the turnaround in my life. Mm-hmm. So I made that promise that I would, get out the street, stop doing whatever I was doing out there in that world, and start giving back, right? So my drive became crazy. So anything that he put in me, I felt like I had to blow life into it.
Yeah.
So that's why I do so much. But it's like I can't do one thing. They be like, you do too much, keep you over here. That's just who I am. Mm-hmm. But the great part about that, I get it done.
Right.
And that's the situation. See, God give us things, but a lot of people don't know they got to blow life into them. And you got to be able to reach the finish line. See, everybody don't reach that finish line because they run into so many obstacles. Right. And they give up money, problems, family, whatever. You can't give up. You got to keep your faith in God and keep moving. because he got a bigger purpose for you at the finish line.
That's right.
More
That's
stuff at the end of the road.
Right.
exactly.
You know what's at the end of the rainbow, right?
Absolutely. But the issue is a lot of people they stop because they get discouraged.
Right.
You know, even though they think they have the faith, but they don't have the patience to wait, because you know what? A lot of times what we want sometimes is not in the plan of what God has for us. So we have to step back, because evidently that wasn't our purpose, because he has another purpose for you. So he's kind of shifting that to something else and something greater. But we have to trust and believe that some things aren't always good for us, and we have to step back from it because it didn't happen right away. You know, I had to learn that with certain situations in my life, that you want it, you try to go for it, but those doors are being slammed because it's not your time. It's not for you. You know, I mean, he's saving you from something. So you have to take it, you know, with a grain of salt and say, hey, you know, when
he's testing your faith too. Your faith is being tested.
And that was what I was getting ready to say. That is what I was getting ready to say. I was getting ready to say sometimes it is that way sometimes, but then the other times it's also how bad do you really want it? So he want to say, okay, if I meet you halfway, how far are you willing to go? Because I don't want to do X, Y, and Z if you just going to drop the ball. If you just going, if this is not what you really want. Because a lot of us want it right now. We don't want to work through those obstacles. We want it right now. But sometimes you gotta, it's some things that you gotta learn before you get to the right now. You know what I'm saying? So I say everybody has an assignment and everybody has a journey. And wherever that journey leads, it leads you. But as long as you keep God in the forefront as the leader, he'll take you there eventually. But he got to know, how bad do you really want it? Is this what you want right now, or is this what you want in long term? So it's a difference. And if you willing to just be like, you know what, the first obstacle that comes along, if you willing to be like, you know what, never mind, I'm going this way. It's not always God. It's our fighting power, or we just don't really want it that bad. If you look at people that are very successful today, they went through a whole lot to get there. They didn't give up. Like Keith said, if you really want it.
But it depends, you know. I mean, it's a lot of people are successful, but they sold their soul to get there.
Oh, but that's different. Yeah, that's,
you know what I'm saying. So they did that, but God also places in people's lives, because we are that purpose in someone else's life to help them through their journey. So that could be our purpose as well.
Well, we all have accountable for our actions, so it don't really matter.
And that's how you're going to know, though, which way to go. Because if you got to sell your soul to the devil, then you know that's not God's plan for you.
So you roll off your spirit. That's what moves you, your spirit. You got to follow your spirit. You know what I'm saying? So once you do that, you're gonna know where it come from. And if you keep a strong desire behind your action, you can't go wrong. You know. So when I actually did my television show, I actually was going around like with flyers telling people. I didn't know how. I didn't know nothing about TV show or nothing. God just said, do it. That's the way I was paying them back to helping other people. Right. So I was going around telling people I'm doing a show. They're like, man, get out of here. You ain't doing no show. Get out of here. Get out of here. You know what I mean? So I was getting turned down a lot, but my drive was so there, but I did it. You know, I had like 8 or 9 different volumes out in Philadelphia libraries. We put them in schools, stuff like that. So education starts at home. And that's what's wrong with the world today. We jacked up because the parents of this generation cussing their kids out so rapidly, right? If you really pay attention when you're on the street, you see these mothers and fathers cussing kids out 4 years old, 5 years old.
Wow.
And now look at them. They 17 and 18. They numb. They actually killing people because they've been abused so long.
Right. And they have no respect for elders.
Right. They don't have no respect because their parents was cussing them out for like when they was 4 or 5. I seen it myself. A baby I'm looking to see who she cussing out. The baby's still in the coach. I'm like, you know what I'm saying? So a lot of that has to do with the upbringing and why we going through the things today with all these murders and these young people killing people. So now who's going to be the next Martin Luther King or Malcolm X? Who's going to step up now?
Exactly.
Right? So we don't get nobody to really step up. It's a problem. So that's why I give 100%, and I'm all over the place trying to bring it full circle. So you got to attack the home, you got to attack the workhouse, you got to teach these kids how to work ethic, how to create finance, because that's all they want is money.
Exactly.
Right. So you got to go back and start re-educating them at a young age.
Right.
You know, so I even came up with another idea God gave me, far as like we need to like come up with some kind of curriculum to put in the schools right now for these kids, the way that they disrespect all these police officers. Right. So they need to be educated, so when they get pulled over, they know how to respond. See, they don't know how to respond now. So when they get acting crazy, the cop kill them and the cop get off free. Right. Because of their behavior justified the cop to get off. So it's a lot that got to be, you know, it's a whole 360-degree circle that got to be worked in.
So well, not just always talks about life coaching. Franchella always talks about how these children, the youth, the teens, how everybody could benefit from a life coaching class, which is so true, because a lot of things that goes on with in regards to your behavior has to do with your inability to cope with life's challenges. So if you can coach somebody through life, we would all be in a better place, you know.
Right. Absolutely.
So I don't know if y'all know. I don't know if y'all know, but I just written the president and I asked him for $500 million, right? Because President Biden kept coming across this TV talking about infrastructure, right? Infrastructure don't apply to black people. The same white people that does contracting and development, they get billions of dollars for infrastructure. That's when you fixing 95 railroad tracks, you know, and all that kind of stuff. So I'm telling him we need to have a dialogue started so we can get some blacks in this door, so we can start building bridges and highways. Because actually our ancestors, you know, they started that. They was built off their back. Right. Today we ain't getting none of the economic wealth from it. So, you know, I got a lot going on, and now I got the TV show going on, and I'm trying to teach blacks what they need to do to be a part of this gentrification, because gentrification is really just a new form of slavery. We getting displaced, relocation. That's all a new form of slavery. You know?
Right. But can I, you know, I mean, I hear about that so much, but why can't we step up our game and stay in the environment? Why do we have to leave? We can be financially stable as well and stay right in our same neighborhoods, but have a better neighborhood, because the property is being, you know, built better and look better.
It comes again of us coming together. See, we don't know how to come together. It's jealousy and envy. That's when the jealousy and envy come. When you get your new car, you get your hair done, and your girlfriend can't, or your boy get money, he can't, you don't have it. So the jealousy and envy set in. So therefore, we'll never combine right like that.
And so, you're absolutely right about that. But also, I mean, I've witnessed, you know, females coming out the house, hair did, nails did, looking all sharp, but they home is tore up. It's trash all in front of the house. You don't care about what they living in, but what they drive, because it's so materialistic. You know, what they have on, you know, keep trying to keep up with the Joneses, having, you know, Gucci and Louis Vuitton and stuff like that. But you don't have that money to put in that bag, but you buying that $1,000-something bag. Exactly. It just doesn't make sense on our priorities as Black people and where we put our priorities at.
I totally agree. And you look at a rich person and they look homeless.
Right. Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? They look like, oh, you ain't got no money, but they got stacks.
Even going to college, our Black people, they gotta look cute. You got their outfit, they shoes. They talk about how many shoes. The other ones, Caucasians, they have just a sweatshirt. It got a rip in it, some sweatpants.
The shoes running over.
Right.
Actually, until you change your thinking, you got to change your thinking. You change your life. That's the whole key. Until you change that, and you gotta like confess the things that God gave. You gotta confess it with your mouth. Because once I said that, Lord, I'm not doing nothing else. I'm this, that, and other. I meant it. So anything He put in me, I really, truly, that I have to bring life into it. And that's where my drive come from. So you have to put a strong desire behind your action. And you got to believe that it come from upstairs and it'll get done. And another thing I was thinking about,
you're working on a movie, right?
Right, it's called Point Breeze. So if you go to backstage Point Breeze, you can actually pull up the parts that you would like to play if you want to play a part in it. So it's called Backstage Point Breeze. And in that, my name is Josiah. And Josiah is trying to keep the wealth in the community when the developers and the politicians is taking it out. So the whole chase is about $920 billion in the industry. Everybody chasing this $920 billion. So you got backstabbing, you got all kinds of hatred, you got religion in it, you got all kinds of things going on. So that's what the television show is actually about.
Nice.
So it's going to be a television show or a movie?
It's going to be a television series.
Oh, okay.
So I actually been putting it on Facebook. And another thing I want to touch on is about what I wanted to talk about. Good intentions. Like people like ourselves, right? We come up with stuff. People know we doing good things for the community. But why do we have to call y'all and tell y'all we doing a fundraiser? If you see something, just send a $5. Just give it $10. That's good intentions. See what I'm saying? You don't have to be like distinguished. You know who's not going to do good with the money, who is.
Right.
So you know what I'm saying? I know even if you did it, if you say you for something else and you spend it for something else, my intention was correct. You told me what it was for. God gonna bless me. That's you. You got to deal with that.
Absolutely.
We have to learn to support one another, and that's the big thing.
Right.
Anyway, to get off subject, I'm starting a new construction company with my daughter, and it's called Faith Leadership Real Estate Construction Company. And I actually brought Pastor Jefferson involved, and I'm putting them two together. So we're gonna start creating jobs for young blacks, adults, and women, and all that kind of stuff. So it's in motion now. We just got the tax ID number, and we're going state to state with it.
Congratulations. And it is so well needed because our youth need something to do. They need to learn a skill, so we can decrease this the skills gap and get them into doing positive things. So we want to thank you for being a guest on the Real Recognized Real Talk radio show. We want to thank you for everything that you're doing in South Philly and the community and beyond. Keep doing it, brother, and tell people how they can support. Go ahead.
I just say one thing? I just want to tell them that, I want to give all the condolence to the moms and dads that did lose their children out here. And these young brothers need to wake up and stop killing one another because we genociding as a people. But not only that, voting time is coming up. So the politicians going to be at your door. And y'all, once again, we got to recognize who's really doing something, because a lot of people out here today is looking at them as celebrities once they get them spots. They're not celebrities. They're here to do a job, a service.
Right.
So we keep running up on them. Hey, their mindset is changing because they feel like celebrities now.
Right.
So they have to serve us, man. If they're not serving us to try to make a difference, then you don't get your vote.
That's right.
And I just wanted to share that. And, these young people got to get a hold of these guns, man, because we genociding as a people.
We sure are. And it's sickening. It's definitely sickening, and it saddens my heart. My nephew actually was murdered due to gun violence, and
my cousin was as well.
Right. And I've been brainstorming. I truly don't know the solution for this generation, but I do know the solution on saving the next generation. And that's what we have to work on. Unfortunately, I know I don't want to leave this generation behind, but they're so far gone. They're just so far gone. All we can do is pray. All we can do is pray.
And that's one of the reasons why I started my nonprofit, because I do want to be a part of the solution to getting them into positive activities, into transforming their mindset so they can know that there is a better way. Like, you don't have to be so angry. You don't have to feel like, you don't matter. There is a better way. But anyway, we can go on and on, but we got other guests coming. So Keith, tell people how they can support what you do and follow you on social media.
Well, right now I have a Cash App, Point Breeze 64. If you'd like to make a donation, you're more than welcome to. I would appreciate it. Y'all that know me know I do stuff and I get it done. So the money's going to be well spent to re-educate the awareness and bring about what's going on with gentrification. So I would appreciate if y'all make donations. And if you don't find in your heart, that's cool too, because if you know me, it's going to get done.
Right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, I'm at Mungin Keith AOL.com.
Mungin Keith, AOL.com. And you see the spelling on the screen, everybody, for his last name. Thank you
Y'all
again.
keep doing what y'all doing, man, because we need this.
Yeah,
Yes.
and
We
hopefully
definitely need this.
we might bring you in, Keith. We'll contact you, but we did one show before. It was just a pop-up we did about solutions that we can come together. There's several of us on here, all walks of life, to talk about what we can do about gun violence and helping our sisters and brothers out here on the street and to do better. So having a conversation in the open dialogue, being live and reading all the comments from people, I think it was very informative. So hopefully we can do that again because it's much needed.
Okay.
So thank you again, and much success. All right.
Thank you.
All right. Bye-bye.
Have a good night and God bless.
All right. God bless.
Okay, so I can never see nothing. I need to put on my glasses. Woo! The screen just got bright. I said, light, and there was light. All right, so without further ado, we have Jacqueline Glass in the queue. We're gonna bring her on up. Hi, Jackie.
Hi, Lynette. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Wonderful.
Good.
So before we get started,
let us give you
a proper introduction.
Yes. So Jacqueline Glass Campbell is the founder of At the Well Conference, Inc., which is a nonprofit organization established in 2009 to promote the emotional, physical, financial, and spiritual health of women and girls. The ultimate goal is transformative behavior that leads to better lifestyle choices. At the Well empowers young women to become effective global leaders by promoting excellence in education and transforming their communities. Jacqueline is also the founder of Sisters at the Well. And next month, Sisters at the Well will embark on an ultimate wellness retreat for sisters, journeying towards wellness, transformation, and fulfillment. And there are some dynamic speakers that will be there as well at the retreat. And they're traveling to St. Martin, y'all. Woo-hoo. So she's going to tell us a little bit about At the Well and the retreat as well. So thank you for being a guest on the Real Recognized Real Talk radio show.
Yes. Awesome.
Thank you so much. That was a wonderful introduction.
You're welcome.
You're welcome. This is what you do.
Yes. So tell us about your journey and being the CEO and founder of At the Well, what you experienced health-wise and got you to this point.
So I started At the Well. It's a nonprofit, and we focused on young people. I did hear your last speaker, and it is a tragedy what is happening in the community with our young people. But I started this nonprofit At the Well for young girls to kind of teach them, shape them, to show them that there's a future beyond the four corners of their neighborhood. And we would have guest speakers, celebrities would come, like Nicole Ari Parker, Boris Kojo, Danny Glover. He came, didn't want to leave the girls, almost missed his plane. And these folks would come and just pour into these young people. We eventually started a program for boys called From the Fire, and that program was super duper successful. Of course, since COVID, we've been virtual. The last 2 years, I've been trying to step away and extricate myself from that organization which I started. I started it off because I was a court reporter for many years. I retired after 34 years. But sometimes in our system, everything's not equal. So I was putting in for a promotional position, and I put in for the job. I wouldn't get it. I put in for the job, wouldn't get it about 5 times. I'm the most qualified, had a master's degree from a Ivy League school. The folks that they gave the job to may have had high school diplomas and maybe an associate's degree. But, it wasn't meant for me to get that job. So as a result of the disappointment that I felt from being turned down, I didn't want young people coming up to feel what I felt. I wanted them to be equipped and empowered to start their own businesses, to believe in themselves, to chart a path for themselves. So out of that spirit of wanting to give back instead of, going trying to jack someone up and, saying things are not fair, I wanted to make a difference for the future. And hence, At the Well was started. At the Well, the phrase is coined because it's a biblical term. The story is found in the book of John with the woman that met Jesus at the well. She met him there because she needed to be restored. She needed to have that living water. So what we do at the well, we provide the living water so that these young girls can have a hope and a future. So fast forward to maybe 2 years ago during COVID, my doctor, I was diagnosed with high blood pressure, diabetes, hyperthyroid, everything you could name. And she wanted to put me on medication, about 6 different pills. And instead of going on a medication, I decided to make changes to my health. And I developed a community that would help me to make the changes, to eat foods that were nutritional and that were life-giving, to walk. My doctor challenged me. She said, for the month of May, for her birthday, will you walk 1 mile per day for the month of May? And we were just right in COVID. It was 2020. So I walked around my development. 1 mile was only like 17 minutes. I said,
I'm a witness. I saw you walking. You didn't see me. I would drive by because I had to watch my grandbaby. So I'm a witness. I saw you walking.
I would walk every day the month of May, and it was 3 miles. So after May, I said, you know what? I sort of got into a habit. It takes 21 days to develop a habit. So I walked every day the month of June, the month of July, the month of August, the month of September. And then October, it started getting a little chilly. So I kind of stopped walking and I bought a Peloton and I started riding the bike. But I developed a habit of movement. And the movement for me, it was medicine. So within losing 20 pounds and eating foods that were nutrition for my body, I came off all of the medications. I'm no longer diabetic, no longer high blood pressure, no longer hyperthyroid. So during the year of 2021, I wanted to celebrate that because folks were locked into COVID and I started traveling. I traveled. I went to Aruba and just hung out for weeks at a time, went to St. Martin, hung out, supposed to go for a week, and it would end up to be like 4 weeks. Wow. So I hung out in these tropical places, and I said, I want to create an atmosphere to bring my sisters to come. And so last year we brought 100 women to the island of St. Martin.
Wow.
Magical. I saw a Black Girl Magic in full display. And we brought medical doctors, psychologists, we brought physical trainers, we brought just everyone that you needed in your community and circle to be your best self. And so last night we had a webinar, not a webinar, a Zoom for the women that are attending for 2022. We are sold out. There's no tickets. And thank you. We had a 1 hour and 45-minute webinar just to give them some background, what to expect. And when I say the excitement was palpable, and yesterday I had a chance to introduce 2 ladies that I've been working with an organization called Sister Soul Nutrition. One was diabetic, Miss Salters, and she has something called uveitis, which she was going blind. It was a blindness that was caused by the diabetes. So she saw me on a show on ABC called The Here and Now Show. So she kept calling my phone and she blew up my phone and she said, I want to go to this getaway. And she signed herself up and she signed her godmother up. But I said, you know what? I don't want you to wait until October to better your health. So I started working with her. And then last week she told me that the doctors told her after testing, there's no evidence of the uveitis.
Wow. I want to know this. I want to know what she told.
Well, the doctor told her that her A1C, which is a marker for diabetes,
Yes.
7.2, but it went down to 6.0. So now she is pre-diabetic, and she lost 27 or 28 pounds. She's going to the gym, hired a trainer. She's doing it. So she's going to be one of the stars of the documentary that we are doing on Black women's health, because we can show her in progress. We can't show me before and after and during, but we can show her, and she's just a regular. When I say regular average, I mean just a regular person. I don't mean it in a derogatory sense. She's a wonderful Christian woman, but she can be auntie. She can be sister. She's someone that we can relate to. So I wanted to highlight her in the documentary, and not just someone that has the name recognition. There'll be folks in the documentary with name recognition, but it's going to focus around an everyday person that does the work. One of my favorite speakers is the daughter of Steve Harvey, Brandy Harvey. And I brought this sweatshirt.
She's one of the speakers. Two of his daughters.
Two of his daughters. But Brandy, I really, that's my ace coon. And their mother is actually coming, Marcia. But Brandy has this T-shirt and sweatshirt. It says, "Eat clean, give a damn, and move your body."
Oh, I love it.
And that's the mantra. That's what I want to communicate, that we can be in church, and sometimes church folks is like, you can't dance, you can't move, you can't listen to that type of music. As Franchella would know, because she knows me from 40 plus double dutch, we get out and dance, we move, we sweat, we make a joyful noise. God has made all kind of music for us.
Exactly.
Something about the African beats. When those beats start, you kind of start with that,
Yeah, them shoulders start to move. I mean, what you have done and what you have done, Jackie, is just amazing and awesome. You're changing so many lives. And I'm hoping that, this will expand into the poor communities. And the reason why I'm saying that is, I guess I consider myself always to be middle class, but having children and working full time and going to school, I never had, when I had time for myself, I wanted to sleep. I didn't want to exercise or walk and then quick meals. You're going to McDonald's because that was in the neighborhoods. You're going to different, things. Now I have the luxury of really eating. I'm taking care of myself. It's just me and my husband. So we have more of the luxury of going and sitting down and having the proper meals and things like that. And having more time of preparing stuff for ourselves and not worrying about everybody else. So if we can kind of introduce this into the communities where, financially they can't really afford anything, but the 5 for $5 on a Wendy's, menu, or McDonald's, it's just the everyday fast paced life that we used to. And that's why our community is diabetes. In our community, if some kind of way with the program or the structure that you set up that have changed so many lives, that we could put it in these communities so that it'll change their lives from the beginning, that they can learn this habit from the beginning.
Right. I appreciate what you're saying. Miss Salters is actually from East Orange, and where she lives is in the hood, and she has worked for transit all her life, and she's just retired. So she worked 30 years where she would eat the fast food. She has a godmother that was a former nurse that would tell her that, you need to eat like this, you need to do this. But I am very sensitive to the least of these, because I'm a minister, I'm called into ministry, and I very much care about my people that are in the lower economic communities. It's designed. There's a documentary. They're trying to kill us. It's called "They're Trying to Kill Us." You'll see Neo in it, Maya. It's produced by Chris Paul. And if that doesn't sound the alarm, it talks about this genocide that is happening because of the food inequity. It talks about the things that they are putting in the food that makes you want to come back to these foods. It talks about the programming. You can't watch TV without some type of fast food commercial coming on. You can't watch TV without some type of drug commercial coming on that you need this drug for this, but it'll cause this.
Right. But you'll die 5 days later, but you'll be okay. You'll be okay for the first 10 days once you take it. Like, it's crazy.
Yeah. It is crazy, and you don't want to get to a point where you are on medication. The doctors would tell you that diabetes is not reversible, that it is something that you will live with for the rest of your life and that you have to manage it. But that is not true. It is very reversible. Type 2. And that's you even if you're on insulin.
Because it's a money making business.
A lot of it has to do with what we eat. Just like you said, a lot of the foods that we eat is what's causing us to get these illnesses. So you really have to be mindful of what you eat, myself included, because I love food and I don't always eat the proper thing. But what I notice is I find that when I eat fast food, I'm still hungry because there's no nutritional value in that food. But when I eat something that's healthier, I'm full and I'm fulfilled. But when I eat something fast and processed, I want some more.
And there's a reason why that.
Exactly. It's a real thing.
When you eat processed food, when you eat fast food, what happens, there's something in the food that turns off the fact that you've had enough and that you're full. It turns off the level. One of the culprits is what's called high fructose corn syrup. And it's in over 80% of the foods that we eat. It's in mayonnaise. It's in ketchup. It's in cereal. It's a bastardized form of sugar. You know, when we were coming up, you had sugar that was in your cereal. Now they make the sugar out of the corn, and it's called high fructose corn syrup. So between all of the sugar that's in the food and then all of the saturated fat that's in the food, because you have saturated fats. I love Entenmann's. Walnut ring, that's my favorite. I love Kentucky Fried Chicken because when I grew up, and my family would get 2 buckets of the Kentucky Fried Chicken. So it brings memories for me when I was younger. But inside the fried foods, there's a saturated fat, and the saturated fat and then the sugars, they cause chronic disease, whether it's cancer, whether it's high blood pressure and diabetes. All of these chronic diseases are related. So when you clean up your diet and you start cleaning out, I'm telling you, when you just eating plants, I'm not saying that person has to go vegan, but if you want to reverse your chronic disease, get your system right. And then go back to whatever you're doing in some moderation. But for me, it's the oils I cannot have in my diet. The sugars, unless it's natural sugars that are made with fruits and vegetables, you know, then I can have those in my diet. And I feel the best that I've ever felt in 59 years. I'm planning my 60th birthday.
Wow.
And, you know?
Yes. Nice. I just saw on the news today, this woman, I think her name is Pinky, and she opened up several vegan restaurants, but it's called Slutty Vegan. And the name has, I mean, the line was around a corner of us in the neighborhoods. It's all plant-based, but the food, the way that it looks like it's bacon hanging off of, like, you know, the cheeseburger and the cheese. It's just a presentation, and it doesn't look like it's actually vegan food. And I think the presentation of that gets
more appealing
the door, to eat it and to taste it. But they make the processed food so much more affordable, and it's in our neighborhoods, and it's affordable more so than to get fruits and vegetables, which is not going to last long, and it's so much more expensive. You know, they don't make the healthy food expensive. They make all the processed food and fast food, you know.
You mean the reverse.
I hear what you're saying, but I'm going to push back on that just for a moment, because the Slutty Vegan food, if you look at the menu and you see what goes in it, it's not fully healthy. It's not fully healthy. Now, she goes from meat to processed vegan meat. and it still has high sodium. It still has a lot of salt. It still has things that's going to, really not help your health, but it just looks sexy. Now, there's this myth that, it costs so much money to eat vegan. Does it? To eat vegan, to make a pot of beans. I just made some yesterday. I made a pot of black beans. It might have cost $1.50. Those black beans will feed about 6 or 7 or more people.
Somebody posted. Yes, somebody posted something about our priorities in terms of what we're willing to buy, and like I think it was a situation where they were saying we'll stand in line for an iPhone, pay for an iPhone for $1,000, but we won't go buy a healthy meal for $50.
That's true.
Oh, that's too much. But so our priorities are wrong. You know what I mean? Like people pay for what they want to pay for.
That's true.
Absolutely.
But a lot of times we do complain and say, "Oh, this is high. This is high." But
no, that's Louis Vuitton bag is high.
Yeah,
the Louis Vuitton, those red bottom shoes are high. But before I spend money on some red bottom shoes, I want a chef. I want somebody that's going to come in and check my food and cook it for me and prepare.
I want a chef too.
Look, I said, I know that's right.
So, one of the things that in church I teach, and one of the things that we're going to go around is how to feed a family of 4 to 6 for under $10.
Nice. I see that's
So I was saying the pot of beans,
right? But you seriously do have some that are that can't really afford it. Period. You have those who their priorities are in the wrong place and they rather spend the money here than there. Yes, but then you do have those other people who truly can't afford it, and that would definitely help those people.
Not only they can't afford it, but then you have places in our Camden. There is no supermarket in Camden. Wow. So if they have to go to Collingswood to buy some vegetables, that's a problem. In certain neighborhoods, you don't have access to healthy food. It's like you almost have to have your own garden and plant your food. Kevin Hart actually has opened up the first vegan restaurant under his name. I think it's called Hart House. And they're going to be a series of restaurants, I think 25 that's going to be in the making, which he has like a vegan burger and vegan fries. And I commend him on the work that he is doing. But I also today passed Wawa and saw him advertising this sub sandwich with all and you have some of our celebrities are advertising these fast foods, which our young people look up to them. Right. They see them with McDonald's, they want to go to McDonald's. But the problem is that the Asian community, they tried to do that. They said no, not in our community. You're not going to do those ads. Mm-hmm. So we have to kind of step up and know that our young people are going to be influenced by anything that they see someone that they admire as a star. And those folks have to be the role models because they're not eating that food. They're not going to McDonald's.
They have the chefs.
They have chefs. They have chefs.
They had the chefs, personal trainers, and everything. Or they got the money to change their body. Whatever one comes first.
Right.
Yeah, you can have the money to change it, and I get it. There's a lot of BBLs, and people are snip tuck, whatever. But then, what happens years later? Right. Are there some ramifications behind that?
Right.
You can change the outside, but you can't change the inside.
I know. But Jackie, we want to thank you so much. You gave us the knowledge that you have on this, and we welcome you back, to tell us more and where you are with different things and programs, because we want our viewers to chime in and to support you.
One last thing.
We want to know about the cruise for next year, the trip for next year.
The cruise, that'll be next year, and I'll probably have a few more. There'll probably be 3 or 4, because after the documentary hits, then there's going to be, there's wellness group, because I'm building a community. But one of the things on September 29th, we're doing a free webinar, free Zoom, how to reverse chronic disease. And that's going to be put out to our people. We had 600 people that applied for our contest who had chronic disease. We're going to reach out to that group. plus the 112 people that are coming to the Girlfriend Getaway. I kind of did a contest for those that can sign up the most people for the webinar. They will get a free photo shoot with our award-winning photographer, Pascal, who's coming. So I would love for your listeners to look for that information. I'm not.
Where can they find it?
I will post it on my Facebook, Jacqueline Glass Facebook. I will be sending out e-blasts, and I'll send you the information, Franchella, so that you can share it with any newsletters that you have or emails that you have. We're not selling anything. It's just how to live a life that's going to reverse your disease. So part of it is nutrition, and part of it is movement. Part of it is getting 7 hours sleep. People that get 7 or 8 hours sleep, they have a low chance of having hypertension, high blood pressure. Part of it is de-stressing.
Yeah.
If it doesn't work for you, you have to kind of put it out of your life. And, there's a way to live healthy. I haven't always done it, but once I retired, I said, my job is to take care of myself. That's my number one job, my number one priority. And I truly am living my best life right now.
Yes.
Awesome. That's awesome.
So where can they find you, Jackie? I know Facebook is Jacqueline Glass, but you have any other social media or your website?
I know someone is running my Instagram. I don't check it very often, but I am on Instagram. I'm usually pretty much on Facebook, but they can go to www.sistersoulnutrition to see what we're doing in the nutritional realm. And I'm sure we'll have the webinars up there. We're going to have something going every month, or www.thegirlfriendgetaway, and that'll have some contact information, how they can reach me. I'm pretty accessible. And
we'll have that information also on our website, so you'll be able to reach out to Jackie and her team and be blessed, because that's definitely a blessing. We all have to detox our bodies and start eating healthy and feeling better and de-stressing. So thank you, Jackie. We appreciate you coming on a Real Recognized Real Talk radio show, and wish you much success in everything that you're doing. And we appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
God bless. Thank you.
Ladies, keep doing what you're doing. Okay.
You as well. You as well. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Awesome, right?
So we always have the people that doing great things. So y'all don't get to see these type of people on mainstream media, but you get to see them on the Real Recognized Real Talk radio show. So make sure you support them. Make sure you encourage them. Make sure that you stay connected or get in touch with them to let them know how you can be of support, or they can be of support of you and what you're doing. We just love it. It does my heart good to know that.
Connecting people, because everyone that comes on this show, they are amazing, and we're just trying to better each other and help each other and lift each other up and support each other and everything that we're doing. So much success to both Keith and Jacqueline. I mean, they're doing some amazing things. So I want to see, this is my girl here. I'm getting ready to bring up Eli. So she has a wonderful event that's going on this weekend, and she just popping in because she wants to let you know to come out and to support her. Hey, Eli.
Hey, family.
Hi. You see the dog. Beautiful.
Thank you.
Yes, Eli from Eli and Lou Entertainment. So what do you got going on this weekend, girl?
Yeah, so I know we're we do a lot of things, but today I'm representing Mill Creek Community Partnership, and we have the MCCP Hip Hop and Jazz Fest, our second annual festival. And this year we have more performances than we had last year. We have more activities. Our headliner is Philadelphia Freeway.
Yes.
Lou and I are also performing, but yeah, we just want to bring the community together for another fantastic event. So, Mill Creek Community Partnership, this is also our fundraiser. And so I didn't mention, but I'm also board president now of MCCP.
Oh, nice.
Been around for 15 years.
Congratulations.
Thank you. And we're actually pushing it more because we do a lot of community activities throughout the year, community engagement services, a lot of free art classes and whatnot. So this is kind of our fundraiser. And so it helps us to continue to serve the community. So.
Right,
Awesome.
right.
Awesome.
Absolutely.
So it's September the 17th.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. The
It's
time.
from
Location.
It's from it's starting at 1 p.m. and it's going all the way to like 7 p.m. So we're asking people to bring their lawn chairs, bring the kids, bring the family. This year we have a kids section. We didn't have that last year. So, if you're an adult and you want to enjoy the concert, we have
Nice.
some kid activities and adult activities. We have an outdoor kind of like a paint with a twist for adults, and we have one for the kids. So it's a lot,
Yeah.
of jam-packed action in this year's event. But again, it's from 1 to 7 p.m.
Yes.
and
Okay.
we will definitely post it on our page as well. So what have you ladies been up to? I know you traveling to LA and doing different things.
Right. Well, right now, Lou and I are also working on the film Black Terror, which is directed by Richard Lawson. It's a partnership between Newark Symphony Hall in Jersey and a Waco Theater Center in Los Angeles, and Yindor Theater Company in New Jersey. And so we've been, working on that project for about a year now. But it's called Black Terror. It's not out yet. But it's a work in
Okay.
progress, and we've just been doing some pre-screening to see how people perceive it. But it's targeting a lot of the issues that we see in the Black community, and just kind of getting different perspectives. So I can't give away too much, but just know
Right.
we are working on that, and we're kind of, pre-screening that right now.
And
Well,
who's in that? Who's in that film?
Well, when we started the film, we had to get actors from Jersey and Los Angeles.
Okay.
So Tobias Trevelyan is one of the main actors in that film from Jersey, and it was really to give a lot of Jersey individuals an opportunity because Newark, New Jersey isn't, it's not a film hub. However,
Right.
there are a lot of talented individuals in New Jersey who they wanted
I don't think they called me. Wait, let me check my phone.
I got you next time. I got you. So, yeah, it's all about the opportunity,
Right.
to be honest, and kind of bridging that gap between Hollywood and New Jersey and whatnot. So and we do the same thing here in Philly. So we're just trying to keep that
Right.
going.
Right. Exactly.
Well, I know whatever it is going to be phenomenal because Sound
Absolutely.
Mind Cinematic Mixtape was awesome. So,
It was amazing. Yes.
Yeah.
It
and
was
congratulations on all of your successes, you and Lou as well. Yep. The whole team.
I know it's a film family.
It sure is. It sure. They are the next up and coming. I'm telling you. I mean, these ladies are phenomenal. The work that they put in, the professionalism, everything. I'm always so impressed on the things that the content that they put out, and working with Tina Knowles and Richard at the Waco, and they're just, I'm telling you, y'all seen it here first, okay?
We go way back.
right, way back.
Yeah.
What's needed? I think the type of projects we've been working on lately has just really been fulfilling.
Mhm.
Especially looking at the state that Philadelphia is in right now with all of the crime and whatnot. So I think these projects kind of touch on looking at ourselves, flipping the mirror and looking at ourselves when it comes to the issues in the Black community, to be honest. And so I mean, even with the MCCP Hip Hop Jazz Fest this weekend, that's coming up this weekend, and I forgot to mention it's going to be at 47th and Brown, right outside of the new Lucian Blackwell Gym Community Center. So but even with that, knowing that a young lady lost her life this past week in that area is kind of why we're pushing some of these conscious, thought-provoking projects, because a lot of the youth that's doing these crimes now are young.
Oh yeah.
Not that it's always been there, but it's like it's an epidemic now of young men and women who are teenagers that are committing these crimes. So we want to continue to push unity, and I think they need to see all of us together.
Absolutely.
Yes.
In a positive way.
Right. Different organizations coming together. So even with this, I think last year it was a nice event, but this year we're trying to show how all of us can come together to provide resources and things like that.
And
So,
it's free. It's free.
Yes.
Yes.
That's the key.
Yes.
It's free. Come out, enjoy, bring your lawn chairs, and see
Right.
Lou.
And make a donation.
I was gonna make y'all perform. I was gonna make y'all do a little something.
I've been telling everybody wait till this weekend, but I don't have my twin, with me. So
I know.
Yeah,
So
she
I'm
is a
solo
twin.
right now.
Yes.
We are performing, so we will be performing this weekend. So
yeah. There's some dope spoken word artists. And the young lady that did you know the young lady that was murdered? She was also in the
so I did not know her personally. However, our team knew her because our nonprofit works out of that community center. We do a lot of art classes right in that is a same space. So our community or team members were there the other day, paying homage to her because that's literally the space that we work out of, that area. So yeah, it hits home.
Yeah, absolutely. But thank you for coming on, for popping in and letting people know, if they don't have anything to do this weekend, now they do. That's right. Come on out, support September 17th, y'all. Bring your lawn chairs and enjoy some fabulous entertainment activities. And will there be food trucks there?
That's my number one thing to do when I go out. So yes, there are food trucks, there are activities, and it's not raining this year. We got rained out last year. It was all good. We're back stronger. So we have a lot of, one more thing, we have a lot of jazz acts that are young Black jazz acts, males and females.
Nice.
So they think jazz is a past thing, but I just wanted to throw that out there. We definitely have a lot of jazz and hip hop acts.
Right.
Females,
awesome.
Right. Oh yeah, that's awesome. I can't wait.
I'm gonna slide through there.
She's gonna slide through this swivel too.
That's the movement right there. I got it.
Right. But thank you so much, Eli, for popping in and let everybody know. And much success to you and Lou and the whole team. And I'm just excited to be working with you soon.
Yes.
And happy birthday, Derek. I saw that.
Oh, yeah, Derek. Yeah. Oh, how you miss Derek's birthday? Happy birthday, Derek.
Right. Happy birthday, Derek. I said it on live, right?
Exactly. So,
well, congratulations on all of your successes, and thank you for popping in to the show.
Yep.
Thanks for having me.
All right. Take care. All right.
Bye.
So cool. What happened to the Ace? You want to go out with the Ace?
We wanted to go out with you, Ace, but I guess you having technical difficulties again. So we wanted you to come on and talk about your brand, buddy.
Yeah, NYC. Yes, that's what we did. If you have any merchandise that you want us to wear on our show to present, to wear out, let us know. We definitely will support you. And yes, always. But thank you guys for always tuning in and supporting us. I see, a lot of people on here. Shout them out, always Darlene Smith and Tony Simmons. They always our number one supporter. We got Ace Porter on there, Tracy and
that's Ace.
Yes.
Ace, so you on, but you need to come on the link I sent you, Ace.
Queen Amy, I see Tracy Bugs. Is it? Say hi. I should have my glasses on, y'all, right? I can't.
Well, you doing pretty good.
Thank you to all those who have tuned in, those who made comments that I can see here on the side. To our wonderful guests, Keith and Jacqueline, and also Eli who popped in. But until next month, we see you later.
Hey, be safe, y'all.
Yes.